Good afternoon, YouTube. I have just got home from work. There's still some sunlight left in the day, so there's still something I want to record. You get to see my pretty face for a short while with my face scruff because it's outside light season, and the hat is staying on because I have bad hair. So yeah, um, I am very interested in electric vehicles. I've been following several channels, Facebook groups, Fully Charged. I went to see the Fully Charged live show back in April in Silverstone, which was quite an eye opener. Lots of electric vehicles, battery storage, solar panels, all that sort of thing, which is all very interesting to me. I'm trying to keep the camera still level because I'm hungry and my sugar levels are low, so I'm shaking. So yeah, I have a Volkswagen Caddy. It does about 250 miles for £40 of diesel. I worked out, based on a Nissan ENV-200, that I could get about 900 miles at 3 miles per kilowatt. Now, this is quite amazing to me, so I could see a cost saving straight away on the business side. Still not 100% convinced on the environmental side, but that will remain to be proved, I suppose, at a later date. But I have a set of circumstances around my house. We bought our house after renting it for a couple of years, still paying the mortgage, but homeowner. But then electric vehicles came on the scene, and now it's I see it as not as practical of a household as I did before. But our set of circumstances might be able to be mitigated by approaching the council and some various other curbside charging that has been offered by other people and companies. So let's have a little walk around the house and see exactly what our set of circumstances are. See if you have any solutions, or what would you do in my case? Would you just move, or would you try and find a solution to charging an electric vehicle? Right, so going out the front door, you see, we've got double yellows right in front of us, and up to a lamppost and a Poundland trolley. I don't think the council will be open to extending or shortening the double yellows to allow me to have a parking bay of my own. And if we go up the end of the road, we've got our neighbour's house there, around the corner. Double yellows stop here, and then kind of like both sides of the road is unallocated parking, free for all. Doesn't matter who you are, you get your spot. I suppose if we invoked like residence parking, that wouldn't help the case because you'd still park wherever you wanted to park. You'd need like an allocated bay with a charger on the curb. Down to the end of the house and the garden, there is a privately owned alleyway, which is mostly clear up to my fence and shed, which is there, and then it's just rubbish down afterwards. I've got some materials and stuff in there which might be of use for some projects at a later date that I snaffled or skip, but you can understand there is not much in the way of hope of snatching up a permanent bay for one vehicle within the road that may not be charging or even in the road at the time. So that is the corner of the house. That's our house and the double yellows. Now, it's not beyond the realms of actually maybe installing a charger in the alleyway and running the lead out. I did have a harebrained scheme where I was thinking of buying one of the, if I had an electric vehicle, I would buy one of the car sales aerials where you drive the front tyre over the base, and it has a mast hanging the lead over the top and charging from there. The alleyway itself has actually had my padlock on it for almost 2 years. I've only been asked to unlock it once when a resident further down the alleyway wanted to clear it to see if they could get their shed in. They gave up in the end because it was so overgrown. It's clear past the first neighbour. It's clear to me. I use that access all the time. It's private. The council doesn't want to adopt it, maintain it. It has got a council gate on it, but they don't want to. If there's any rubbish that comes out of it, I have to take it to the dump myself. So it's not beyond the realms, and I would possibly install a charger down there if I had to. And then you got the problem of, well, I can't park my car close. And there is obviously that white van. The white van is my next door neighbour's, and he leaves it there to keep his garage clear. So it's the case of I'd have to then come 10, 12 foot down the down the path further before I could even park my electric vehicle. So I suppose we could have words and see if we'd park it up higher. And what I could do is then, what's the term when someone blocks space? Asshole park. I could asshole park my blue Fiesta, and then whenever I needed to charge the electric vehicle, I could then move my Fiesta down or away and then quickly park in that spot. It has occurred to me. It's long-winded. It's hassle. That's the thing. It's hassle. If you've got to go to work, or if you come home from work, you don't. If it's cold, wet, you don't really want to be messing around, moving vehicles around, doing butterflies just to park your vehicle in one spot where you can charge it. And I suppose that kind of does complicate things. As I say, as real iteration of the video outside, I don't think the council is going to move or would be open to shortening the double yellows and putting in an electric vehicle charging bay, although there is a lovely lamppost there which is actually on the curb side. Most of the lampposts in recent years in our locality have been moved away from the curb to the house side or the front garden side, because people have a tendency to hit lampposts, and if they're further away from the curb, they tend not to be hit. Likewise, if there was an external company that was put a charge point in the curb, the likelihood of getting that parking spot in our area day after day after day is 99.9% not guaranteed. If you come home after 5 o'clock in my area, you struggle to park. So if you had an electric vehicle, you need to charge it overnight maybe, or it's that 1 day out of 3 that you do need to charge, then you would definitely struggle. I'm open to opinions and suggestions, and just to negate one of them before we start, fast charging on a local charger or a public charger probably would not be best for a business, as cannot guarantee you're going to have a spare hour to drop in for maybe your 20 to 80% charge, or the cost of electricity at the charge points could be at a higher rate, therefore knocking my 250 miles for £40 of diesel, or my 900 miles for 3 miles per kilowatt at 14p per kilowatt hour standard rate. So this short or long rambling video was spurred on by David Boys in Essex, just over the river from me, and has quite a large solar system, which is what I'm looking to do this year, is expand the solar side. So in order to expand the solar side, I just need to earn a little bit more on the AdSense. We're at a point where I just need one more payout before I can pay the delivery charge from Bimble Solar, and then we can expand our solar system from solar system sounds weird, from 1.2 kilowatts to maybe 2.4 kilowatts, which would be lovely. And then I can be a little bit more self-reliant. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, comment, rate, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.